As the adventure of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings 2020 season saunters on, so you would think that losing a four-time Pro Bowler, team captain Anthony Barr, putting him up on blocks would just be a huge negative for the season. But Eric Wilson, fourth-year UDFA out of the University of Cincinnati, stepping up, taking charge, and living large, and he's been phenomenal. Given the green dot, so he's got communication with Adam Zimmer and Andre Patterson, or really Mike Zimmer, whoever the hell is calling plays. Whoever the hell's calling in plays, he's setting up the defense, and he's doing phenomenal things. He's always on the field. Number 50 has been solid, flying around, making big-time plays. Sunday night versus Seattle, he was a bright spot. So a big first-half sack against Russell Wilson, really setting the tone. Helped the Vikings get after number 3 4 times in the first half. 0 times in the second half, but Also, he had an interception in the second half that should have been the game sealer, but things happened. Is what it is. Sure. And we've been yelling that Wilson is the Vikings' best pass rusher for ad nauseum now, for a while. And now that includes Anthony Barr, who, by the way, had 23.5 sacks over his final 2 seasons in Westwood when he was at UCLA. So here's a guy, Anthony Barr, who probably should have been an edge rusher in the NFL. There's still time. Keep hope alive. But Eric Wilson is just very adept at getting pressure on the quarterback, as well as sealing the deal when he gets home. So Wilson has 16 career pressures and 7 sacks on 68 total pass rushing snaps total over 4 years. So that's a 23.5% pressure rate. Phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal for a guy who isn't a full-time pass rushing linebacker. And it's great to see that the Vikings are using Wilson more in a role that suits him, which is such a novel approach, right? Catering your scheme to your talent. But he had a career high 3 pressures against the Seahawks, plus that sack as well. So the Vikings, when they do have to bring heat, bringing number 50, whether it be the double A gap look, whether it be on delayed blitz, whether it be blitzing the edge, all that stuff, number 50 is phenomenal at that. But of course, there are drawbacks with Wilson, as we've outlined before. He is a former safety, so even though dude is absolutely rip poop jacked, he isn't as stout in tackling or versus the run, something he's got to work on, but he does have the speed and agility to be very effective in coverage, and that's an aspect of his game that's really improved year over year, and that's another big credit to working with Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr, as well as linebackers coach / co-regional defense coordinator Adam Zimmer. He deserves a lot of credit there, even though Wilson did give up a touchdown to tight end Will Dissly on the wheel route last night, but yeah. So there's a reason why the Vikings, even though they did have a 4th-round pick Ben Gedeon, who Eric Wilson overtook on the depth chart, there's a reason why the Vikings didn't blink when they put the second-round restricted free agent tender on Eric Wilson this offseason at $3.259 million, because they knew that Wilson was an important part of this team, played some great special teams, moved up to a de facto starter, overtaking Ben Gedeon. And when stuff did hit the fan, when the Vikings were missing Anthony Barr for a handful of games, when they were missing Eric Kendricks for a handful of games, Eric Wilson was the guy who stepped in at any role. So he could play all 3 positions on the defense. He could play middle linebacker, play weak side linebacker, which is where he's been starting, as well as been filling in at some strong side linebacker for Anthony Barr. And he's been great. And as Wilson continues to play well and steps up more and more as a leader, I think that the decision for the future of the Vikings linebacker core is going to be pretty clear. Cut or trade Anthony Barr and then re-sign Eric Wilson. So Barr last year and then early this year showed that he's certainly not worth the 5-year, $67.5 million deal that was given to him last offseason, when he was just like, hey, Jets, I'm coming back. So moving on from Anthony Barr, next offseason, yes, there will be $7.8 million dead, which would be the proration remaining 3 years of a signing bonus, but would free up $7.7 million in cap. And with the cap potentially being stagnant or going down in 2021, that would be massive. So they can move on from Anthony Barr, cut or trade him by the 3rd day of the new league year next season. Otherwise, a portion of his base salary will be guaranteed. And then just re-sign Eric Wilson. Also, I don't think Wilson will necessarily break the bank. I think he'll be a mid-level guy, maybe $5 million a year, 3-year deal. That's not bad. As well as re-sign Todd Davis, who came over from the Broncos. He can be a run-thumping early down linebacker. Also, Ryan Connolly, the second-year man, coming over from the Giants, formerly of the Badgers, but the pride of Eden Prairie. He showed well in limited use as well. Plus Troy Dye, Cameron Smith back healthy. Woo! all of a sudden you have something cooking up in the linebacker core. Plus, if and when the Vikings do end up with the top 5 pick, instead of taking a quarterback, you know that they'll take Micah Parsons, who pretty damn good. Straight latest outlet of linebacker U. So again, is what it is there. But yeah, I think Eric Wilson, as he continues to improve every single game, every single way, I think it's pretty clear that the Vikings do have to make it an Eric linebacker core as opposed to UCL Bruins twins, which has been a pretty solid combination since Kendricks came aboard in 2015. So. Lots of changes happened last offseason. I think you'll see some more changes this offseason as that Zimmer Hellfire defense slowly gets changed over to whatever the hell this is going to be. So there you go. But your thoughts, Eric Wilson stepping up, stepping out? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.